and welcome back to studying 101 genetic conditions for the ABGC board certification exam. My name is Nadia and I'm a 2025 genetic counseling graduate, making videos with tips and tricks to help myself and maybe even you remember different genetic conditions. I'm starting off with cancer genetics, and I've already made 4 videos on these conditions, but for our 5th video we will be focusing on, drumroll please, multiple endocrine neoplasia type 1, or MEN1. MEN1 is another autosomal dominant genetic condition, and it encodes MEN1, which is a tumor suppressor gene on chromosome 11. And a fun way that helps me remember this is when I take MEN1, the condition or the gene itself, and I add an additional N and an additional 1 to my gene, it practically spells out MEN1 on chromosome 11. Because MEN1 is associated with over 20 different types of endocrine and non-endocrine tumors, I'm going to share the most important things to know for boards. If you focus your time and your energy into remembering anything about MEN1, let it be this. You're going to want to know the 2 clinical diagnostic criteria for diagnosing MEN1, as well as the 3 Ps. Remember this all together. Remember MEN1, the gene, and then 2 clinical diagnostic criteria, and then 3 Ps. MEN 1, 2, 3. Let's go through it. Before the second part, you're going to want to know the 2 clinical ways to diagnose MEN1. And the first of those 2 is if the individual has 2 or more endocrine tumors. The other way to receive a clinical diagnosis is if you have 1 endocrine tumor and a first-degree relative diagnosed with MEN1. So think 2 tumors or 1 tumor plus 1 family first-degree relative. And finally, for our 3 Ps of MEN1, aka the 3 most common tumor types, pause this video and see if you can remember them off the top of your head. Those 3 most common tumor types are going to be pituitary, parathyroid, and pancreas tumors. That's all I'm going to be covering for MEN1 today. Remember that MEN1 is different than MEN2, which I will be covering in my next video, so stay tuned for that. Main difference to remember is that MEN1 does not have increased risks of medullary thyroid cancer. As a reminder, I do use every gene as inspiration on which 101 genetic conditions to look at, as well as what information to know, so special shout out to them. Otherwise, that is all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and continue supporting these videos, and comment any tips and tricks you have about remembering MEN1 and what to study for it. Thanks, bye!